arrived at the archipelago slightly before dusk. There's this tangible coolness to the air. You could feel it, but not just on your skin. You could feel it sink into your bones. Never really felt anything like it. It was just... it's hard for me to find the words.
Well, the main objective of the expedition, myself and Jeremy were both members. We went to the group of islands in search for a new species of plant, said by many tribal members to have, healing properties. Jeremy was a little bit excitable. When we got there, he felt that there were that there was something to the legends. I wasn't so convinced.
All the native people on this archipelago, they're a group of natives called the Tukuaka tribe. When I first went, my colleague, Bill, is telling me that there are these rumors about the plant we were seeking, the Pulu plant. And I told him, there's no way any of these could be true. And so I asked some of the locals on the tribe, the Tukuaka tribe, I asked what these legends were. And they told me, he that holds this plant, it'll sound funny. He that holds this plant is brown hair.
So the Pulu plant was the plant that we were after. That's what the natives called it. Pulu, being translated, literally translates to shit face. It's called this because it resembles and smells very much like feces, and because of that, it's very hard to ingest, and people tend to stay away from it. But we found that the properties it held were very similar to that in, say, a Rogaine foam. It had properties to bring about hair. So this is where our investigation really started.
My father actually... My father actually died from baldness. My father actually died from baldness at an early age. He just gotten my mother pregnant. I never met him. And so I made it kind of my life's work to find the Pulu plant so these kinds of scenarios wouldn't happen again. And I'd been studying this plant, and it's seldom talked about. Like in my university studies, no one had ever really discussed this plant. It was kind of a myth, a legend. But once we landed on the Tukuaka archipelago, I thought it was going to be really difficult, but the plant was everywhere. I mean, it wasn't hard to find. Like you land down, it's basically at your feet, and so that kind of put a simple end to everything, and we were able to get to the scientific investigation pretty much right off the bat after we got off the plane.
So obviously, after discovering the plant and discovering its healing properties, our main goal was to get it off of the island. So here I am gathering some of this plant, some seeds and some of the leaves. Some guy, one of the tribesmen, one of the tribal warriors, if you will, comes booking up, boom, punches me right across the face. Jeremy, my partner, is already on the ground. I'm looking, I don't know what's going on. Apparently, they don't let this plant come off the island. So now what are we supposed to do? We're trying to save the world here, folks. We're trying to save people from baldness, and we're trapped on the island. So I do the first thing I can think of. I start stuffing the crap down my pants, hiding it, okay? Get on the next plane off the islands, and I mean, the rest is history. We have creams, we have foams, we have all sorts of washes and ointments. I mean, half the world that was suffering from baldness, full head of hair.
You know, it's really interesting because before we had gone on the plane, we were trying to pick out our expedition kind of tools and our supplies that we'd bring along with us. And conveniently enough, we brought the biggest freaking pants you've ever seen. And keep rolling. Conveniently, we brought the biggest pants you've ever seen. And so we basically, this island was out of this plant, okay? We had it all down. Basically, Bill was able to stick 3/4 of the island supply in like 2 of the cargo pockets, okay? And so, you know, I was wearing my pants. My assistant Jessica was wearing her pants. Todd over from HR was there, and he also, okay, Todd goes with a little skimpier of the outfits, but you know, it was fine. But it really helped us to genetically modify this legendary plant, and I feel like my father would be really proud. And I know there are no longer children who desire to be plant hair scientists like me.